Hey guys, Malagant here. We're going to be looking into the weapons in Slormancer. There are quite a few weapons. There are about like 5 pages of weapons available to every class out there, and I think every single weapon has like a corresponding version for other classes as well. So like the Adam's sword is existing as Adam's bow, and then the Adam's staff. When it comes to these, you can, main a character and collect all of the weapons if you would like to, and then you will be able to craft those weapons on your alts as bows or staffs or, the other way around by using this guy, the Corey Ironbender. If you come to this guy and go to Forge Storm Reapers, you will be able to basically like craft these weapons as long as you have one version of them. But I think you need to be on the correct character to be able to do this. So I would need to be on the mage to be able to craft the staff, and I would need to be on the hunter to craft the bows, pretty much. That's out of the way. How to collect all of the weapons, right? So individual weapons, unless they are like a challenge reward or purchasable from the NPCs, they are discoverable, right? From just closing like those breaches or advancing in the story, or like advancing in like the temple runs, etc. You're capable of like, discovering new weapons that way, and there's some sort of like a bad luck protection. But again, even after like challenges, buying it from NPCs and discovering some of them, this doesn't cover all of them. There's also something called evolutions, and thanks to No Manual, I just recently learned about this. These little connections between the icons, if you look at them, so like Adam's Nostr's sword is actually, if you use this, it's only that weapon that's capable of going through an evolution and unlocking this version. The only way for me to basically unlock the ones that are like connected are going through using this guy and advancing with that guy. So that's going to be the only way. The same goes for like these, because they are connected to this guy. Right, so then comes the Primordial Weapons. Every single weapon in this game has a primordial version as well, and they are actually sharing experience. So for instance, if you look at the Sword of the Trainee over here, and I go to the Primordial tab from this top right, the primordial version of the Sword of the Trainee is exactly the same experience and level as my normal version. So it's not like it's giving you a new item, it's basically offering you like a new version of the weapon that you already have. It's not like the evolutions where you achieve or discover a new weapon. It is just an upgraded version, and you can still use either or depending on which one you would like to use. Sometimes it's kind of like a side grade, sometimes it's just a direct upgrade. So for instance, Big Fury was a crazy upgrade for me over the normal Big Fury when it comes to Primordial. Let's also talk about like how to get the Primordial. By default, any weapon needs to be level 100 to, unlock the primordial form, but there's a way to like cheese this a little bit and make it a little bit easier to find the primordial versions, and that goes through Corey again. And every single weapon has an affinity to them. So for instance, if you mouse over one of the weapons, it's going to say sword, and then it will say by Corey Ironbender. This means that like this sword, right, the Sword of the Trainee, belongs to Corey Ironbender affinity. So if you mouse over the Big Fury, it's gonna say by Astorias, so I would need to level up the Astorias school affinity. Basically, it increases the Reaper damage, so it gives you weapon damage, further weapon damage. It increases the effects, so it increases like the effects that is like coming with the weapon. And on top of that, this is also why we're talking about this, it's giving you faster Reaper experience, so your weapon is going to be leveling up faster. It definitely saves a lot of time, because by 57 clicks over here on the Astorias family, I'm already gaining twice as much experience with my weapons on the Astorias affinity. The same thing goes for the reduced Primordial cap. So 21.4 Astorias family affinity weapons are going to be basically unlocking their primordial forms at, I think, level 79 for me instead of level 100. That's going to be it from me in this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope it was useful. Please remember to leave a like, and I'll catch you next time.